Now, your forecast first, sponsored by Matex Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing.
Well, it's a soggy night out there for some. We take a look at our Storm Tracker Doppler, and we zoom into Champaign County and up from Mahomet, back down there along I-74 to Ogden, and then even some heavier rain showing up down there into portions of, well, eastern Piatt County there into western Douglas County. And all of this is continuing to move off here to the north and east. These showers will continue, but it has been all about the wind today, and it is still windy. Look at this wind at 44 miles an hour gusting in Champaign. It has been well in excess of that at times today, above 50 miles an hour. But there is a clear cold front that is marching across parts of western Illinois right now, and it is going to drop our temperatures down quite a bit through tonight and tomorrow. You can see the wet pavements and the puddles on Neal Street in Champaign as the rain will continue and the temperatures drop. More about just how cold things get for your Christmas morning when we come back here in a little bit. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
Now on WCIA 3 News.
A city is dealing with 2 murders in one day on top of a string of violent crimes, and neighbors say enough is enough. COVID cases continue to rise in prisons across the state. How officials say hundreds caught the virus in Danville. And a young man is dead after a battle with COVID-19. How many are remembering him?
You're watching your local news leader. This is WCIA 3 News at 6.
Sound like a war zone. Sound like a war zone.
She's talking about a deadly shooting in Decatur. We now know the names of 2 people who were murdered yesterday. The first was on Hayworth Ave by sunset. 33-year-old Timothy Clemens was found dead after being assaulted. The second on West Leafland Avenue by Church. Police found Jalen Cummings dead in a car. The 20-year-old had been shot several times in his head and chest. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting joins us now. So, Courtney, have police made any arrests in these investigations?
Well, Paul, not at this point for those 2 that happened yesterday. Those 2 murders came after an already violent weekend in Decatur when 6 people were shot, including a 10-year-old boy. I talked to Kanzetta Jackson. She's a neighbor who owns a house across the street. She heard the gunshots last night and came outside to see what was going on. She says she heard those shots and heard someone crying as well for the person who was killed in that car.
It's so close to home to a point to where you say, what if I was stepping out my door? What if I was driving the opposite direction? Bullets fly, they have no name. And you could get caught in a crossfire and innocent and had absolutely nothing to do. It's senseless.
The neighbor who you just heard from, she also mentioned that she'd like to see more officers patrolling the areas where those shootings or those murders happened. I also talked to anti-violence groups about this violence. They explained how these things affect everyone in the community, not just those who are directly involved. They feel it's one of the reasons people are leaving the city of Decatur. Police didn't say if these 2 murders yesterday are connected, but they said the ones over the weekend involved 2 different gangs, one from the east and south side. We haven't gotten any word, though, about any arrests, as I mentioned earlier. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader. All
right, Courtney, if you get any additional information, of course, let us know. Thanks. An anti-violence group, as Courtney mentioned, is encouraging people in the community to attend a vigil on Monday. It's called Pain to Peace. It'll be meeting at 3 at Central Park in Decatur. And new at 6, authorities say more than 20 people tied to street gangs in Springfield were indicted on federal and state drug trafficking charges. They're accused of distributing cocaine, crack cocaine, meth, heroin, and fentanyl in the city last year and this year. 4 of the suspects are also facing weapons charges. 15 people have been arrested so far. Several others are still on the run. All suspects could face up to life in prison if convicted. Detectives in Piatt County are investigating after several cars were broken into. Someone smashed car windows Sunday afternoon in Monticello and Allerton Park. Police say the suspect drives a black BMW and was wearing a multicolored top with red pants. They believe this man was with at least one other person, and he also broke into cars in Mahomet. If you recognize him or his car, the Sheriff's Department wants you to give them a call. For more information, visit WCIA.com. Danville's Correctional Center now has the most COVID cases among nearly 40 state corrections facilities. Inmates' family members have reached out to our Jen Lask for answers about how IDOC is responding. So, Jen, what can you tell us tonight?
Paul, IDOC began mass testing at Danville's correctional facility exactly 1 week ago today. And in that time, we've seen the number of inmates confirmed to be battling COVID-19 right now rise from 119 that day to 447 as of today. One of the biggest concerns that family members have expressed to me is the risk of exposure for the healthy inmates there. I asked the Illinois Department of Corrections who's assigned to sanitize Danville Correctional Center. The answer is other inmates. It's something that didn't sit well with Tatiana Soto when she called for an update on her husband's conditions after he tested positive.
She was like, well, we have a deep cleaning crew that comes in. I said, is that government, government workers that are coming in to do this? She says, no, we make sure the inmates suit up. And I was like, you're having inmates that are healthy cleaning COVID cells and then wondering why this outbreak is spreading so rapidly.
There are also 50 staff members at Danville Correctional Center who have COVID-19. The only people going into IDOC facilities as of March through now have been staff or newly admitted inmates. And Paul, Danville isn't the only Central Illinois correctional facility that we are keeping an eye on right now. Logan, Lincoln, and Taylorville each have anywhere from 70 to 180 cases among inmates and staff as well.
Certainly sounds like something needs to change. Jen, I know you'll keep us updated. Thanks. Data collected by the Associated Press show new cases in prison this week hit their highest level since testing began in the spring. 1 in every 5 state and federal inmates now has COVID-19 across the U.S. In Illinois, that number is 1 out of 6. A man is facing DUI charges after crashing into a home in Danville yesterday at Vermilion and Conran. Police say 31-year-old LaShawn Williams was speeding and weaving through traffic before crashing. A person was home at the time in another room and out of harm's way. Police say Williams was not hurt. First responders were called to Menards in Champaign after an SUV drove inside the building. That's a picture from inside the Menards. No word if anyone was hurt or what caused that crash. The car has since been removed. The Illinois Fire Marshal's office is asking for help investigating a fire in downtown Pana yesterday. They're asking if anyone was seen in or around those dilapidated buildings on East 2nd Street before the fire. If you have any information, contact the Fire Marshal's office or Pana Fire Department. A group in Decatur is helping kids get toys for Christmas. This is from our partners at the Herald and Review. The Greater Decatur Black Chamber of Commerce is donating to 150 kids. They shopped for those gifts at Walmart. That includes the family that lost a child to a fire. A 7-year-old and 13-year-old were rescued from the home in late November. The 13-year-old later died. The chamber took their parents shopping to help.
What we wanted to do is spread a little bit of joy and peace during this trying time with COVID-19 going on. We wanted to do something for the kids in our community because it's been so down at the moment. The kids are struggling through online learning. Everything is not as it used to be.
This is part of their Operation Save Christmas. Thanks to donations, they were able to give out more than $7,000 worth of gifts. With the coldest months on the way, a church in Urbana is helping people struggling to pay the bills. The Unitarian Universalist Church will be having a special service tomorrow on Christmas Eve. Partnered with Cunningham Township and created an assistance fund. Half the offerings from tomorrow's service will go to families to avoid utility shutoffs. Reverend Florence Caplow says she wants to take care of her members.
Many of these families are families with children. And so this way, at least, we can know that people can keep themselves safe during this time.
The Reverend says they usually give half their offerings every Sunday to local groups. You can also donate online. We have that information on our website. 4 new officers are joining the Springfield Police Department. Take a look from the left. There they are. Mark Bridges, Antoine Fairley, Stephen Baker, and Jesse Schmillen. They were sworn in yesterday at the Springfield Police Academy. The chief says they'll complete intensive field training with veteran officers. Pandemic makes it difficult for loved ones to see each other. Why that's not the case at one assisted living facility. Plus, the world's biggest glass Christmas tree is getting a lot of attention, and that guy paid a special visit. And Kevin, so many things are changing.
There's a lot going on here. As you can see here behind me, it is a wet commute home for many. That's Neal Street there. You can see the shininess, the puddles there along Neal Street. And then we take you above from the look here in Champaign. That is at the corner of Neal and Springfield. As people make their way home here tonight, they are running into a mess of rain. We're going to talk about the winds as well and the big time cold that's coming your way next.